It is shaping up to be a very bumpy evening across central and eastern Kentucky. Rounds of severe thunderstorms are on the way. We're tracking those on Live First Alert Defender just ahead.
Ready a big weekend for Lexington's gay community, but what was planned as a rally has now become a celebration. Black Lives Matter, that's what was spray painted on a statue of a Confederate leader in downtown Lexington overnight.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Welcome to WKYT News at 4. Good afternoon. I'm Amber Philpott reporting. Jennifer has the afternoon off. It is shaping up to be another busy weather night across central and eastern Kentucky. This is a live picture now that you're seeing of downtown Lexington. Rounds of showers and storms will continue to push across the area, bringing potentially severe storms and potential for flooding. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is here now with what to expect on this First Alert Severe Weather Day. How about it, Chris?
Yeah, you summed it up. It's going to be another bumpy one out there. Severe thunderstorm watch is out for central Kentucky and points to the west. I think we will likely see another watch extended a little farther to the east in time. This goes until 11 o'clock this evening. It includes all the counties that are shaded in yellow, Lexington Metro among those counties. Live First Alert Defender. Not a whole lot into central and eastern Kentucky as of now. We've got storms to our north, even a tornado warning north of the Ohio River there. But we're focusing on what is coming in from the southwest. Thunderstorms are bubbling up in western Kentucky, and a lot of warnings are out for those. And now we're starting to see some thunder and lightning just to the south of the Lake Cumberland area and into parts of Bell County. That may be a sign of some things to come over the next several hours. Severe thunderstorms, though, from around the Glasgow area, south of E-Town, back into downtown Bowling Green, getting hammered right now by those thunderstorms. And you notice how the warnings, at least the polygons with those, are aimed toward the northeast. That's the movement of those thunderstorms. Should be in the E-Town area coming up in a half hour or so, eventually Campbellsville, and if they hold together, into the Lexington Metro over the next couple of hours. Storms that are out there to our west and southwest, again, are racing their way toward the northeast, and that's one of several rounds of thunderstorms that may impact the region as we go into the evening hours. Cold front area of low pressure still well off to our west. Anytime in a setup like this that you get a low pressure center just to the west of Kentucky with a warm front to the north, look out. Chances are you're going to get some strong and severe thunderstorms. You don't typically see that a lot in the summertime months, more of a springtime or fall setup with a severe weather threat like this into parts of Kentucky. But that's the trend. Those thunderstorms will crank up as we go through the evening into the overnight. Ground is wet, ground is saturated, had some high water issues from the heavy rains last night. Heavy rains last weekend from our tropical depression obviously caused some issues. So the ground can't handle a whole lot more. Flash flood watch is out for all of central and eastern Kentucky, Amber, for tonight into early tomorrow morning. When I come back in a few minutes, we got a brand new hour-by-hour forecast that we will show you that will break down the progress of those severe thunderstorms into central and eastern Kentucky. That's in 15 minutes.
All right, we will see you then, Chris. Thank you. It is an historic day across the country. Same-sex marriage is now legal in all 50 states, including right here in the Bluegrass. The Supreme Court issued its highly anticipated opinion today, which led to celebration in Washington and all across the country. Stacey Cohen has the story.
The cheers rang out from the steps of the Supreme Court. Supporters celebrating a landmark 5-4 ruling, making same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states.
This ruling will strengthen all of our communities by offering to all loving same-sex couples the dignity of marriage across this great land.
Justice Anthony Kennedy was the pivotal swing vote. In his majority opinion, he wrote, "No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family." In one of the dissenting opinions, Chief Justice John Roberts argued the court should not be able to set such a precedent. Under the Constitution, judges have the power to say what the law is, not what the law should be. And in another dissent, Justice Samuel Alito says it's not the court's role to decide, but rather the Constitution leaves that question to be decided by the people of each state. One of the lead plaintiffs, Jim Obergefell, sued the state of Ohio for refusing to recognize his out-of-state marriage with his husband, who passed away in 2013.
No American should have to suffer that indignity.
Obergefell dedicated today's victory to his husband, and while celebrating, He received a personal call from one of his supporters.
Yes, it is, Mr. President.
President Obama calling him to congratulate him.
Your leadership on this, is changing the country.
One husband's fight leading to a historic change for millions. In Washington, I'm Stacey Cohan.
Well, people from all across the country are reacting to the historic ruling, including people right here in the Bluegrass. This decision comes as the Lexington Pride Festival and other gay rights events are happening in town all weekend, starting tonight at 5:30. WKYT's Victor Puente is live for us at the Courthouse Plaza downtown, where tonight's events will kick off.
That ruling to see the effects here in Kentucky. Here in Lexington, there have already been several same-sex marriage licenses issued and even a couple of weddings. Now, with the Pride Festival planned to take place over the weekend, the courthouse square was already expected to be packed, but now that rally will be a celebration. Within 2 hours of that ruling, Governor Steve Beshear released a statement saying Kentucky would comply. Beshear's administration had fought an earlier ruling that found Kentucky's marriage law unconstitutional. The governor said today's ruling brought clarity to the law across the country. He said same-sex marriage would be legal and same-sex marriages from other states would be recognized in Kentucky. That put a crunch on Fayette County Clerk Don Blevins, who began answering questions about that ruling soon after it came down. Later that afternoon, the first same-sex couple to get a marriage license was at his office. They told us they were excited to be a part of history.
I never thought this would come. I never thought we would see this. This is a historic day for a lot of people.
A gay pride rally was already planned for here for later this evening. They tell me it will now be a celebration. The Lexington Fairness Awards are also happening later today. And then beginning tomorrow, the Lexington Pride Festival begins at 11 a.m. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. Now, coming up at 5, you're going to hear from the director of the Family Foundation, the group that pushed for Kentucky's gay marriage ban in 2004. Vandals targeted a statue in downtown Lexington overnight. Someone spray painted the words "Black Lives Matter" on a statue of John Hunt Morgan outside the old courthouse. Morgan was a Confederate general and cavalry officer in the Civil War. Several cities have had statues of Confederate figures vandalized in the wake of last week's deadly shooting at a historically black church in Charleston, South Carolina. You're going to hear what Mayor Jim Gray says about the vandalism coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. We are working on a number of other stories for you on WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us now from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Amber. Lightning is to blame for a fire that destroyed a family's home. The fire did early this morning on Carla Drive in Madison County. Firefighters had trouble with nearby water hydrants and had to call in tankers. They say the water supply problems, though, did not change the outcome of this massive fire.
Having water, I'm not going to say we'd have saved much more. This house was rocking when we got here. It was when I was probably the third one on scene, and it was really getting on with it. It was once they get in that attic area like that in itself, they're really hard to stop. Really hard to stop.
The family did make it out safely. St. Mark Roman Catholic Church in Richmond is organizing donations for the family. We'll have an update coming up on WKYT News at 5 o'clock. Those early morning storms also dumped a lot of rain. That led to some flooding in parts of Madison County. One driver was stranded on Walnut Meadow Road just off of I-75 in Berea. The driver was able to get out safely. There was also a van nearby that was stranded. Now, the good news, most of the high water in that area has since gone down. We'll take a look at today's cleanup efforts in Madison County coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. As a quick look at some of the news in progress on this Friday, Amber, back to you.
Sam, thanks. 6 former Wildcats were selected in last night's NBA draft. Karl Anthony Towns was the #1 overall pick. He was drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves. It is the third time in the last 6 years that a Kentucky player has been selected #1 in the NBA draft. The Sacramento Kings drafted Kentucky center Willie Cauley-Stein last night with the 6th overall pick. Trey Lyles was the 12th pick, going to the Utah Jazz. And the Phoenix Suns selected Devin Booker with the 13th pick. Andrew Harrison was also selected by the Suns, and Dakari Johnson is headed to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Aaron Harrison was not drafted last night, but ESPN is reporting that he will play in the NBA Summer League with the Charlotte Hornets. Dating sites like Match.com and Tinder are hoping to find love on the public market. The details coming up in Money Watch. And identity theft is a common crime, especially in this cyber age. Coming up on WKYT News at 4, we'll tell you what to do if you become a victim.